What's up, guys? It is Gnarly, back with another episode of Demons of Shin Megami Tensei, a series where we look at the mythos, design, and roles of various demons in the Megami Tensei universe. I know I'm really late on this, because at the time I'm uploading this, I'm at least 800 subscribers, but I'm doing this as my 666 subscriber special. Thank you guys so much for helping my channel grow within the last few months. To celebrate, I'm going to be making this episode about what is one of the most popular demons and the bane of several players' existence, Beelzebub. Beelzebub is best known for his role in Christianity as being synonymous with the devil and one of the seven princes of hell according to Christian demonologists. Beelzebub has several other names such as Beelzebub and Beelzebul. There's little information about the figure outside of Christianity. The earliest known account of the figure is that he was a Philistine god worshipped in the city of Ekron as Beelzebub. The name Baal means Lord in Ugaritic, and Zebul means fly, which is how he got the title Lord of the Flies. But some argue that this isn't what the name means, and instead refers to a place called Zebub. Some scholars also believe Zebub is a corruption of the word Zebul, which means dung, and that Beelzebub was a derogatory term used by the Israelites to refer to Baal as Lord of Dung. No English translations of the Bible mentions the name Beelzebub in the Old Testament. However, Beelzebub is mentioned in 2 Kings chapter 1. Now, Ahaziah had fallen through the lattice of his upper room in Samaria and injured himself. So he sent messengers saying to them, "Go and consult Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, to see if I will recover from this injury." This is immediately followed by Elijah telling the messengers that Ahaziah would die for turning to Beelzebub instead of the God of Israel. He died in verse 17. This is the only chapter in the Old Testament where Beelzebub is mentioned, but in the New Testament, in most translations, Beelzebub is mentioned 7 times, 3 times in Matthew, once in Mark, and 3 times in Luke. In the other translations, this is replaced with Beelzebul or just the Prince of Demons. In this passage, Jesus heals a blind and mute man and is accused by the Pharisees of using Beelzebub to heal him. These are all brief mentions in the Bible, but Beelzebub's popularity comes from his portrayal in various occult writings. One of the most notable is in the Testament of Solomon. Beelzebub is described as the chief of demons, who was one of the angels that fell when Lucifer rebelled. He possesses Solomon's chief overseer when building his temple. The archangel Michael gives him a magic ring that allows him to control Beelzebub, and with the chief of demons under his command, Solomon uses the demons as slaves to build his temple. Beelzebub is also believed to be responsible for several cases of demon possession and witchcraft throughout the early modern period. His name comes up several times in the Salem witch trials. In Shin Megami Tensei, Beelzebub has several designs throughout the entire series, but the 2 most appearing ones are his human form from Shin Megami Tensei 1 and his fly form from Shin Megami Tensei 2. Beelzebub in fly form is pretty self-explanatory, but it's actually based on his design from the Dictionary Infernal. His color scheme is also inspired by the colorized version in Fred Gedding's Dictionary of Demons. This is also clearly the inspiration for his Demikid's design as well. For his human design in SMT1, I couldn't find any possible inspiration for it, so if you can find one, please tell me in the comments. I also think it's worth mentioning that in Megami Tensei and Kyoyaku Megami Tensei, Beelzebub's design is just a small fly, but he's still a high-level demon with high stats, which is pretty funny if you ask me. Beelzebub has appeared in almost every game in the entire Megaten series, usually appearing as a high-level demon or ultimate boss. If I were to talk about all of his appearances, this video would be way too long, so I'm only going to stick to the major roles. In Shin Megami Tensei 1, Beelzebub is the boss of Shiro Ganadai, who will join the protagonist instead if he's Chaos aligned. In Shin Megami Tensei 2, Strange Journey Redux, 4, Soul Hackers, Raido Kuzunoa vs. the Soulless Army, and Devil Survivor 2, he's fought as a powerful optional boss, and in some of these appearances, he's New Game Plus exclusive. His most infamous appearance, though, is his appearance in the Maniac's version of Nocturne, where he's fought as the boss of the 4th Kalpa in the Labyrinth of Amala. He resists everything in the game except fire and knows Death Flies, the strongest almighty skill in the game that will automatically kill you if you don't null death. And because there are no save points in the Kalpas, if you die, it's back to the beginning. In Apocalypse, he's a member of the Divine Powers who transforms into Baal, and is then fought as a boss. He's then fought again in Yahweh's universe. In Devil Survivor 1, he appears with the name Beelzebub, where he's one of the participants of the War of Bel who is fought outside the Shomonkai building. In the battle, he resists all elemental attacks, and he can lay eggs in your party members, which will deal damage when they hatch and spawn maggots that you have to fight. In Amane's and Naoya's endings, he's fought again during the Babel fight. He also appears as an optional boss in Digital Devil Saga, who you actually have to kill twice. Defeating him gives you access to the High Priest mantra, which gives you the Death Flies and Repel Element skills. In Raito Kuzunoa vs King of Baden, he'll fight you in the battle against Lucifer. Beelzebub is an extremely high-level demon in almost every game he's in, and he's usually in the Tyrant race. He can only be used after he's defeated in battle as well. He usually specializes in physical attacks and resists most, if not all, elements in the game. As I mentioned earlier, in Nocturne he gets the skill Death Flies, the strongest almighty attack in the game that also kills enemies that don't null death. He also gets Victory Cry in most games, which fully restores HP and MP after battle. In all the Persona games, he's a strong Persona of the Devil Arcana, and in Persona 2, Innocent Sin, he's only usable by Akichi, who he has bad compatibility with. He's the ultimate Persona of this Arcana in 3, 4, and 5, and specializes in magic rather than strength. That's it for this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more S&T and Persona content. Also, be sure to tell me what demons you want to see for future videos in the comments. Until then, I will see you guys next time.